welcome back to the How to Be Real podcast, a place where we can be real in a world that's obsessed with fake. Okay,
Facts.
let's be
These are
honest.
facts.
Let's be real. Okay, I am your co-host, Tasha B, the actor making her way and becoming a whole person in this world.
Yes. And I'm Taylor D, and I am a creative producer and lover of all things wellness.
Yes. And now that we got that out the way, we move on to our check-in. And I normally say, how you doing, Tay? But as you can see, if you're watching, but if you can't, we have two guests today.
Yes.
So I'll say, how you doing, Tay and company? How is everybody doing today?
Yes, I'll kick us off. I'm doing really good. Very excited to have our first guest. And even more excited that our first guests are Armenians.
Yes.
I feel like that's really dope. So with that, I'll pass it over to Radzala. How you doing today, boo?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you guys for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate your presence. And of course, my lovely, lovely husband over here is our other guest. How you doing today, baby bae?
Yeah, I'm doing good today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you also for being here.
My pleasure.
On this very, very special episode. This is the love episode. The third installment of our relationship series.
Part 3. We
Part
made
3.
it.
Yeah, we made it. We did it. If you stuck with us, you know that part 1 was family and friendships.
Yep.
And part 2 was like
Work
and
relationships.
professional relationships. And now this one is probably one of the most important relationships that we can have, our significant other.
Yes, a little romance, a little romantic relationship.
Absolutely. So, of course, we always start off with our 3 realists just to kind of break the ice and get the convo going. So, this week, or this episode, rather, our 3 realists are, what are your 3 realists, or who do you think the 3 realist superhero couples are?
Yes.
So, like, they both don't have to be superheroes, just
No.
like superheroes and their significant others. Who's the realist?
Yeah.
Who wants to go first? Anybody? Tay?
Ooh. I can go first.
Yeah, do it. Break the ice.
Okay, so I feel like the realist relationship was, even though both of these people are superheroes, so I'm kind of like breaking code a little bit, but Storm and Black Panther.
Oh.
Realist superhero relationship, and they blackety black.
Okay,
that part. What about you? Do you have one?
Oh, were you going to say you were 3? Or we
Right,
at a
3.
time?
Right.
3 realists, girl.
We
Come
doing
on
3
now.
realists, yeah. Acting like we don't do this every week.
I know.
Right, okay, so then I'm also going to go, also because we've been playing Spider-Man a lot, Miles Morales, and I'm going to go with Gwen Stacy.
Okay.
I'm not going to do MJ because MJ always just was irritating as fuck. You know what I mean?
Very.
So she was. I'm sorry. She was. And then third couple for me would have to be Wolverine and Jean.
Okay.
Again,
yeah,
both
we was just talking about that
superheroes,
last
but-
night, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with Wolverine. Even also too, Wolverine and his first lady who he forgot about, kind of slash.
Oh,
you know
that's
what I mean?
not real. That's never mind.
I mean, I know.
That's a sad story.
That is okay. Wait. Just kidding. What's his name? Logan and his Japanese girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Old man
Wolverine's
Logan?
involved though. Wolverine. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Wolverine
Okay.
is involved.
Yeah, he's
Just
one
because
of
I
my,
like.
he's one of my
Wolverine.
favorites. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I did. But,
Right.
Who does anyone want to go? Rod, you want to go next? It's only right.
It's
only right.
three
My
couples.
favorite couples. Let's go 3 favorite couples. Well, mine's gonna be my parents.
No, it's superhero
superheroes.
couples.
That
But
they are
They are.
superheroes.
Oh, period.
That's a good one.
Parents
Okay,
are
you got
for
your middle.
For sure, save the world.
Cute.
Second couple. Man, that's tough. I'm gonna just go with like one right now. Like one of the couples that I like, just on the random, is probably like Rihanna and ASAP.
Are they superheroes?
Yeah, we
baby?
going superheroes.
You just
That's
all
the
over the
thing.
board.
I'm going because this is the thing. The reason why I can put it in that category because the amount of attention that they get while raising that black family, the positivity, everything that I see so far, that's a couple that I like right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's number 2. So
Okay, at least one of these got to be
A
like
superhero.
like
Superhero.
Marvel,
Yeah.
DC, superhero.
Video
Okay.
game, anime, whatever it is.
So
Superhero
Marvel
couple.
superhero.
We'll give you a pass on them first two. But let's bring it around for number 3.
Okay. So the last superhero couples.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough. I want to say Spider-Man and MJ.
Oh, you going with MJ?
Yeah, because young Peter and MJ.
I said Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, and I
right?
can't
Yeah,
repeat that.
yeah.
So let's go with Tom Holland
And Zendaya.
and Zendaya. Because in real life,
Yeah, I was
both.
gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know the Spider-Man and MJ kind of thing, they said like all of the actors in the movies, like the Andrew Garfield, the Tom Holland, and then the what's his name? I was gonna say Tom Maguire. What's his name?
Oh, Toby.
Toby Maguire, yes.
Uh-huh.
All of them ended up dating.
In real life?
Yeah, like Kirsten Dunst and
shit.
Tobey Maguire dated after Spider-Man, and then Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, they dated after Spider-Man.
'cause the
And then
chemistry gotta be there.
and Tom Holland are still together. After Spider-Man. So there's got to be something to the MJ Spider-Man. So
Oh,
gotta
that
be something to
casting
it.
is on point.
That's
Yeah, the
true.
casting
That's
is
true.
on point.
I wonder if that's the same casting
Yeah.
office, because that would be like, are y'all matchmakers? Low key?
Right, low key.
That's kind of cute.
Hey, she started an app.
Iconic.
Yeah, okay, for real. You know something. You know something we don't.
We don't, yeah.
But,
it's usually historically well done.
Yeah. That was a good one. I say you gave us one. No, two, because your parents, that was a good one.
Yeah.
So should let me just redo the second one?
Nah, you're good.
you're
bro.
Okay, because I feel like
we
my
got you.
list
Yeah,
is solid.
It's
okay.
solid. It's
I
solid.
keep
It's
hearing
solid.
about my
It's solid.
list.
You good. You good. Babe, do you want to go next?
Yeah, so some of mine are on your list. So the first one is Black Panther and Storm.
Oh, babe, make sure
Yeah.
your mic is in front of your face, because it's kind of
All right, you guys got me?
pointed.
All right.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Black Panther and Storm.
That's a good one.
Right?
Yeah.
Biased opinion though. Mainly because like Black Panther, he's kind of a mutant, right? Storm's a mutant for sure.
Yeah.
But you got the super strength, agility, then you have controlling the weather plus vibranium.
Yeah,
Like that
that's
sounds
superpower.
unstoppable to me.
Superpower, for real.
So like I'm going with that for sure. The second one, a little unconventional, but like when I seen this couple, I was like, yo, that's goals
That's
right
them.
there. And it was Gambit and Rogue.
Oh,
Yeah, so,
okay.
You know, the different. I guess I like X-Men for some reason.
Yeah, no, they're solid. They
Yeah.
got good
Yeah.
characters.
And then
X-Men's the best.
the last one, Spider-Man and Mary Jane.
Okay.
And it's more because Mary Jane is a metaphor for marijuana. And Peter Parker was chasing Mary Jane around the whole time.
my God.
And once he, had to separate from her, he became a better superhero.
Okay, so he said,
Okay. Got
Okay.
deep with it.
I like it. I like it metaphorical. He got deep.
Yes.
He got deep.
What'd you say earlier? Or was it you that you said that was a thirst trapping philosopher?
Oh yeah. I mean, hey, that was on the live. But yes. So mine would be Batman and Catwoman.
Ooh.
They're
a sexy couple.
I love Batman, and I just think it's such a one. It speaks to like Batman. I like him because he's such a human. He don't
Yeah.
have good taste. He don't have good. His relationship choices are not good. They're bad. They're toxic.
Honestly, a lot of his life choices are toxic. Batman in itself is
He's
kind
a
of
mess, and I like that
toxic.
about him. And
Yeah.
but I do like, just like in the movies, him and Catwoman is usually like the reality check. Like, come on, you're a rich guy.
Yeah.
Like you don't like criminals, but you don't understand what it's like out here with no money. You're
Out
a
here in these
billionaire,
Gotham streets,
right? You have everything
the
you ever
slums.
need. So anyway, I like that, and I just like him getting in trouble. I don't know. I like Batman. So the second one is Mr. and Mrs. Incredible. From The Incredibles, just
That's a
because
good
they're raising their
one.
family, and then they ended up getting their kids involved. I just think it's super, super dope. And I really Elastigirl is like
Solid.
dope. So I'm
She
like,
is.
and I like the super
Hottie with the body.
right? Okay, she was the first one, but I also like how their super abilities or whatever complement each other. Like he's super strong and she's super flexible, and I don't know. I just feel like that's a cool balance. I like to think my husband and I have a little bit of that in our relationship.
Yeah.
So is that the next Halloween costumes?
Right?
Yeah,
You
I'm
serious? This is
Elastigirl.
incredible.
I I'm the flexible one.
Get out of here. You know I'm the flexible one.
Keep it realistic.
Right.
But my last one is Superman and Wonder Woman, because it don't get no realer than that. You know what I'm saying?
Superman and Wonder Woman. Yeah.
But yeah.
Superman's so boring to me.
Really?
Yeah. Like he's dope. Like, because like I think maybe that's what makes it boring. Because it's like you do everything. You know what I mean? Like you literally do everything, and it's like you have to have a specific thing in order to take him down, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but I
so
think
it's like,
his thing.
he's such a goody.
I do feel like that. That is
like,
what I don't really like about him. But they did have to do something to ground him. So I kind of appreciate them doing that, because it's like if he was just Superman, it would be like One Punch Man. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Where he just like everyone he fights, he kills in one punch, and it wouldn't be exciting.
There's no
you know?
challenge.
Right? Where's the challenge here? So I do appreciate them doing that, but I also agree that that's kind of something with him that I can't really get with.
I'm a Kal-El fan. I do. You know, I like Superman a lot. I think like he's just he's super powerful, but he has a strong appreciation for humanity. And of course, he can laser vision everybody, ice breath. He's like unstoppable.
Right.
But since he appreciates life and he appreciates the world that he calls home, he doesn't obliterate and Homelander everything. And he tries to apply care and find good solutions. And then he has Batman for all the dark, scary stuff.
Yeah.
So I like Superman.
Yeah.
Definitely second that. Superman has a great heart.
He does.
He's the super like hero version. He's the super like powerful version of Batman. Batman does what Superman just will not do, because it'll be crossing the line for him. It'll be too easy.
Yeah.
I could torture all you and get all the answers, but I'm not going to do that because I actually care about America.
I like evil Superman, like when he turns dark.
Oh yeah. Oh, because you get to see you like Homelander.
Oh no, Homelander is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
like he's like sick.
Yeah.
But dark Superman is
He's
just
worse.
like.
He's worse.
I mean, does he do the same things
He's
that Homelander
open
did?
about it.
Yes.
He's open.
He do?
about it.
Yeah.
He
That's
didn't
like
date a
when they-
Nazi?
I mean, he'll probably
There's
just...
a movie. We'll watch it.
Okay. Well, let me not go too far on that then.
Dark Superman is dark.
I think Batman said it best. He's like, the difference between me and Superman is a really good person. And that's why Batman thinks he can beat Superman.
Which is crazy. Because Batman, you are a regular ass human.
But the crazy part
a
is...
billionaire human.
But the crazy part is, just like
Not
Dale said,
regular,
I think that where it would go is, I don't think Superman wants to kill him. Versus Batman is like, I will kill you, bro, if I have the chance. And that'll be the thing. That you know?
And it's crazy because Superman, just like how we were talking about earlier off pod, is about the Avada Kedavra. Like if Harry Potter wanted to Avada Kedavra everybody, he could instantly just kill everybody. He wanted all his
Because he's the boy who lived.
Yeah.
You know? He could kill everybody.
Why am I fucking around with all these
Why
other...
are we arguing?
There's no arguing.
Why am I running around?
I don't need any of these other spells. And just like Superman, he don't need it. He don't need to fight.
He knows.
For
Yeah.
real.
He's
He be out
not an
there
ego.
Expelliarmus.
Exactly.
He get in his bag.
Exactly.
I appreciate the bag.
Superman be like,
the bag.
punch, even though he could be like laser.
No, I hate when they have Superman chained up. And I'm like, how are you sitting there and getting, why are you in the chains right now?
He's making you feel better about yourself.
Flex right now and get out them chains.
He's like,
You are super.
I'm caught.
You got me.
You got me. You're a bad guy. Anyway.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good, topic to get us going.
It was solid.
But now we're going to transition into our weekly reel, right? So it's all about relationships, right? Romantic, significant other relationships. Yep. So we're going to start off just by talking a little bit about like the stereotypes that we see, hear about, maybe the ones we grew up with, and how do we feel about them as far as, I don't know, I guess men. I'm really curious to hear from you guys, what you guys think about like the stereotypes about, male gender roles in a relationship, and what it means to be a man, quote unquote, and how do you feel that it negatively affects just your experience as a man, like coming up, day
It's
to
like
day.
misconceptions.
Yeah, misconceptions. What do you feel, about that?
Are there any in particular?
Yeah, I have a few I can do. Like, for example, like men don't help around the house. They're not really wanting to be super present dads, and are happier when they're single and life is easier for them in that situation. Men don't trust women. Men value money over relationships. Sex doesn't equal emotional connection for men. So these are just some of the ones.
Just stereotypes
that
that you
definitely
hear.
as women, we are conditioned to believe about men.
Yeah, very much so.
I think Rod mentioned a good one earlier as far as like rubbing dirt on it and, just how we're raised as black men. So maybe you could share a little bit about that.
Yeah. So it's like in the black household. Well, my experience, it was be a man, toughen up. Like, what are you Are you talking to me about like how you're in your emotions right now? You need to get, tighten up. That's the mentality.
Don't be
of
in
it.
your feelings.
Yeah.
Don't be whatever they call you in your household. In the black household, that's real. Among all the black men that I've been around, or since like elementary, it's real. You get beat up for they don't want you to be weak, but also too, when you take into account this world is not easy at all for regular people. We're not even talking about like black men, just like people in general. You add the black factor, now you got to be careful on the next level. You got to stay out of certain situations and move a certain way. So
Yeah.
it's real. It's every day. Every time I leave the house, if I do get pulled over, whatever the situation may be, So.
Yeah, that is a real ass stereotype. So what do you feel like is like, do you think that some of that is super accurate? Do you feel like you uphold that?
100% accurate.
Yeah.
100% accurate. I don't get down with the, not being able to express yourself or maybe not speak your piece. And I'm not going to do that to my kids, but I love and appreciate my parents for doing the job that they did with me. But it's something that I recognize, which was the question.
Well, I mean, do you feel the same, Del? Like, did you experience those things too at home?
Oh yeah, for sure. My father he was an interesting military black man. If I showed him, it's ironic because he was really emotional, but he didn't really leave enough space for it.
Yeah.
So he would say like, "Oh, I didn't know I had 3 daughters." Or something like that when I would express something. But he would cry and express himself all the time. So I had this weird duality where sometimes it wasn't okay, but other times it was okay.
Confusing.
Very confusing. But I did grow up feeling okay expressing my emotions, not maybe 100% safe doing it. But it is something that happens in a black household and just like the culture that I grew up in, especially with just other men, just like we're used to just not dealing with emotions because there's other pressing matters, right? And I find myself doing that in my relationship at times where it's like, yeah, like those feelings, that's cool and all, but like, hey, we got to worry about this right here. And that's not always fair to my partner. So trying to unlearn those things and like leave space for the emotions, but also like both can exist at the same time. I can leave space for the emotional stuff, which I find uncomfortable at times due to my upbringing and my just interactions and just the culture. And I can, create that space, but I can also, do what needs to be done. And I think that's the balancing act of being a black man.
Yeah, it's different if you start jumping into the relationship aspect. I was talking specifically just towards life. But if how it applies to a relationship, for sure, everything that you just said and a little more, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, damn.
I know. You guys really got into that.
I know.
I like it.
For real.
So I want to follow that up with, okay, when it comes to relationships, what are some kind of, I guess, misconceptions that you guys feel like you've had to overcome in, because I mean, you guys are both in very serious relationships, let's say.
Ain't that serious? I'm playing.
A light marriage. You know, still seeing where it goes.
Right. Still filling it out.
But I was going to say, which of these kind of stereotypes about you guys do you feel like you had to overcome in the beginning of these relationships? Because I know I talked a little bit about in our live how I was a little bit apprehensive going into relationships, and I did touch earlier on how as young women we are coached very specifically about, you know, boys only wanting one thing, and you got to watch your back because they'll cheat. Boys only, you know, they'll chase after anybody, and there's all these things that are put in our head and like, hey, just be careful. It is not safe. Be careful.
It's not safe. Like, just watch your back. Watch out because
they'll get you.
They'll get you.
Yeah,
like
so
literally.
I'm curious to know which one of these is more obvious to you guys in the beginning of a relationship? Like, what are you feeling like, okay, I got to overcome this because I know she thinks this about me, so let me try to, you know,
Well,
put
can
it
we
on.
take a step back and just like approach that stereotype about, you know, boys wanting one thing and that so on is like, because I think that's important too, right?
Yeah.
It's funny because most of the men that, you know, imprint that stereotype are men that have a history and that have done things like that. So it's like, you know, maybe it's guilt and it's projection, but like there's a lot of healthy relationships and there's a lot of good men out there. So it makes it a lot harder for people who actually want something that's authentic and are in the right place. And overcoming that can be very hard because, like, one, you're a black man dealing with what you have to deal with. You know, you're a man dealing with what you have to deal with. But then you have to fight these perceptions and like earn somebody's trust. And all while like trying to be authentic and be yourself. And it's a lot of things to juggle, all because, you know, somebody is saying that all men want is this. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, men do want that, right?
It's not like they don't.
Okay.
But
and from my experience, it's like there's times that I wanted that, and then I seen that life offers more, and there's more, and I want more, and that's what I pursued. And that's luckily, thank God, that's what I got. But like, it's not just like black and white, you know. Yeah, young men may go through this, but there's a lot of young men who want more. You know, it's not just one thing. You can't put everybody in one box, especially men, especially women, especially minorities. There's a lot of nuances to everything. And, you know, give people that space and don't project your nonsense on other people.
Yeah. It's hard to do, though.
no, for real. I like. What about you, baby? Like, what's something that you had to? What's a stereotype that you feel like you kind of had to overcome, or you know, a misconception you feel like you had to overcome get into a relationship? It doesn't have to just be the one with me. It could be just any relationship.
So I didn't really get into the he say, she say, or like what people will have to say about me or whatever it is. I'm so big on communication. You just gonna know where I'm at when we first start kicking it for real.
Okay.
And that's always been the case. That's just what it is in real life. Like, I really just don't care because it's best when you're not in everyone's business or when you're caring what other people care about, because then it's all about you. It's more authentic. You know what I mean? This is your life. It's all about your own happiness. So if you're worried about what John is worried about, what does that have to do with your happiness, you know, at the end of the day?
For sure.
Stereotypes, black men do not cheat.
Oh my God. That's a stereotype you had to overcome.
Black men do not cheat. That's wolfery. People cheat, men cheat, women cheat. It's all about communication for real. If you go into a situation telling somebody, you know, I'm not looking for a person, like this has to be fun, then that is what it should be. But if you're looking for something real, then you also have to communicate that. Like, hey, this is hella fun, but I also kind of really want you. So if you want to take this to the next level, let me know. If not, I don't want to catch feelings for somebody who's not serious right now. And they're like, okay, well, I appreciate the communication, whoop-de-whoop.
I mean, I think that that's interesting because I feel like that's definitely a stereotype that comes to mind for me is that men can't communicate. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to
definitely.
like, you know what I mean? Like they're not going to tell you what they're really thinking. Like, and even though it might take some time, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's not true. I can say that like for you, you've always been a really good communicator. You know what I mean? Like
The maturity levels, emotional levels, what you've been through, just how long you've been on this earth, all that's going to dictate, the level of communication and what can be conveyed between two people. So that's just what I have to say about that.
yeah.
Because not every man is going to be good at communication. Not every woman is going to be good at communication. It's something you got to work on, but you shouldn't be dating if you're not on a certain level of maturity in the first place.
Yeah,
Well,
true that.
That's just the bottom line.
Yeah, and I also think that like stereotype that men aren't going to communicate, right? That they're going to lie or they're going to deceive you. I think that hurts a lot of women, and that's where, like Rod said earlier about like somebody being upfront, hey, I don't want something serious. I think a lot of, I definitely can say women have ended up in a space where a man has said that to her and she didn't believe it. Like
She's
she
like,
thought,
I
oh,
can
he's
change.
yeah, like
can
oh,
change
he's
him.
saying that, but he's gonna change his mind. And she just didn't take his word, and that's a time where that stereotype hurts someone else because now you're coming in thinking that this man
And now he's a fuckboy.
exactly
Because
now,
you didn't
and
listen.
then you blaming him, but it's like
Right.
he definitely told you he didn't want anything serious. It was you that thought you could change that,
Yeah.
and you can't. So
can't.
I think it kind of bites everyone in the butt when we have these stereotypes, you know, and that's something that we wanted to touch on. I do want to ask though, last question about stereotypes. What stereotypes about women do you guys feel like are maybe true, or maybe you felt like were true?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I feel like that's a loaded question.
Break it down. We got time.
It ain't gotta be personal, honey.
That's tough.
We know y'all got him.
Now I'm saying in communication, I'm saying I feel this is true. Right? I'm not saying this is true, but these are my feelings that you guys, women, mature at a faster rate. 100%. Now,
I would agree with that.
I think that in certain circumstances, I'm with somebody who's younger than me, like you are more mature, but sometimes you confuse maturity with experience, and your maturity gets ahead of your experience, and some situations are conflicted, right?
Ooh, that's interesting.
You know, so, just because somebody's not as mature, and this is speaking more for somebody who's in a relationship with somebody that they're the same age as, maybe the significant other you're with is, lacking in a certain area that you want, that doesn't mean that he lacks experience. We all have our own journeys, we go through our own stuff, and maturity isn't the end all be all when it comes to, what works and things that are applicable to finding solutions and moving forward. So just be mindful of that.
Yeah.
That's good advice. That's really good advice.
No, for real. What about you, baby?
I think that my experience growing up is that me at least, I was taught that women were, the body is a temple, respect women, women go through so much, all these things. And not to say that that's not true. Not to say that that's not true, right? Because that's 100% true. And don't let me go back in time, because women had it tough.
Yeah, break it down, baby.
Ridiculously tough. So if we're just talking about the now, or, in my childhood, we're taught, women, my body's a temple, respect me, don't lie to me, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. When you get older, you realize that women are people. Women do human things. So all that, oh, she's a princess, she's a queen, that's probably true.
But you're like, not everybody be moving like
But
princesses
not everybody
and queens.
moves. And then that's where it comes down to maturity, because if you're dealing with somebody mature, they'll just tell you straight up what they own. But historically, that's not how it is. Like, people are people.
Yeah.
Men mess up just like women. I don't want to get into the who cheats more or who gets their way more, because that's just a loaded, that's just big. So that was my experience of it. Although I do recognize the other side. Men do terrible things. Like, people hurt people. Let's just get that out the way. So the whole men hurt women more than, I don't know if that's, people hurt people. It comes down to maturity and communication. If you want something to work, you're going to work towards it. That's just the bottom line. If you're not listening or if you're too immature to listen, then you shouldn't be dating. Someone tells you what they want, you need to listen to them. Like that whole not taking somebody's word. Why would you not take somebody's word?
Yeah.
They're telling you what's on their mind. They're telling you what the situation is.
You signing up for problems.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I don't give a fuck.
So there's
I'm
levels.
gonna change him. I'm not like them other hoes you been fucking with.
Right.
He like, girl, yes you are. No.
Okay, you're actually delusional. Come on now, we gotta stop this.
Right.
We gotta no more Delulu in 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's levels
Unless
to
it's
everything.
for goals. Be delusional for your goals
Yeah,
that
yeah.
aren't related to a relationship.
That's a different conversation. Because I don't know if I agree with that. But
I don't know. In a positive way.
in a
Yeah,
positive
like don't
Delusionally,
give up,
like-
don't take no for an answer type shit.
Yeah, like, dream big.
dream
Yeah.
big.
I feel like
yes.
another word to say dream big.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Put no limits on your dream.
There you
I
go.
like that. I do like
See,
that.
I don't think that's delusional.
Yeah, I
I
guess
think that's,
delusion has a-
expanding, raising your ceiling.
It could
Yeah.
have been said differently.
Delusion has a
for sure.
negative connotation to it, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, yeah.
I think of like somebody working at Walmart talking about I'm going to be the Secretary of State.
Do it.
It depends.
Right.
Are they
I
in
mean,
classes?
president.
Are they doing anything to
And
work?
they're
Right.
65. It's not
Oh
gonna
my
happen.
God.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about a 16-year-old.
Yeah, if you're like your first job and you're like, I'm, I'm gonna work
16
my way. I'm gonna work my way. It's
Yeah.
like okay, but you 65 and you the greeter at the Walmart. Then it's like, well, baby, should you be the Secretary of State?
But hey, prove me
big,
wrong.
though.
Like there's enough
Right,
OGs
dream big,
in
though.
our
Wrong.
government.
I'm on your team.
I'm on your team.
Depends on what your policies are and all that.
Right,
But that's a different conversation.
right.
So just getting really back, circling all the way back to relationships.
Yes.
What do you guys feel like are benchmarks of a healthy relationship? Like just for someone, who maybe has only been in maybe toxic or one-sided or otherwise unhealthy relationships.
We're not serious.
Yeah, or not serious. So like if somebody is thinking, okay, I want to get in a serious relationship. I want it to work. I'm thinking marriage. I'm thinking long term. What benchmarks would you think need to be in place before they go ahead and pop that question or move in together, whatever that next step for
Or
them
take
may
the
be.
leap from like, just dating around to being in a serious relationship.
Yeah, taking one
Even just
person
that.
seriously.
I'd say the biggest thing, just like starting out at the base level, is figure out why. Like, why? Are you trying to fill a hole? Are you trying to hop in a hole?
Gotta find your why.
Right? Are you just like, do you seek a deeper connection, and just understanding that and then building off of that? If you have a solid reason why, like I want to build a family, I want to connect with somebody, I don't want to spend my life alone, things like that, then it's like, all right, next step is address your bullshit, or at least get close to it. It's like nobody's gonna fix everything. I'm mid-30s and I'm still working on my childhood self and all that. So
As we all are.
Yeah.
We are
Work in
all works in progress.
All of us.
Yeah.
So, but like, you should have some self-awareness and like see what's going on. Like if you're easily like just deflective or triggered, things like that, then maybe explore the reason why. Because if you get in a relationship and you have somebody else with their perspective and you can't talk and communicate, then it's just bound to fail. So, work on yourself. And then I say after that is communication.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely agree. When you get into a relationship, I feel like your partner is like a mirror. And you
Yeah.
really will see, and like the stuff that maybe irritates you about them tells you everything about yourself. And it always does
So
come back to
true.
like, ooh, I don't like that you're doing this because of this within me, or maybe because I do the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's,
Like,
really shaking me up, or
Really?
triggering me. So I definitely agree with everything you said, but really that point really stuck out to me. That like, hey, address your stuff and be ready because it's gonna be right in your face in this relationship.
No, that's facts. Because I feel like even if you do address your stuff, like address big things before you go into a relationship, like a serious relationship, like yes, but I feel like also know that there's gonna be things that you're gonna have to continue to address throughout your relationship. Like I know, for example, one thing that that I had to work through was like Rod, when we moved in together, there was like, you know, he would leave stuff on like the table or something like that. And I would be like, I would move it to go to where I think it should be, right? And I'd be like, okay, just letting you know your, you know, hat is on the table
you
with
would
the
tell
other
me,
hats.
You would tell me where you moved it. Is that what-
Yeah,
is that what
I
you're telling me
would.
right
I would
now?
tell you. I'd be like, hey, it's over here.
Okay.
And you would be like, can you please leave it there? Because I feel like I don't really have areas to where things can just be how I want them to be. I feel like you're kind of making everything everywhere where it needs to be, and I kind of want to figure that out for myself and want it to be here. I want my space to be right here.
It's my house too.
Right, for real, it's my house too. And I remember being like, bruh, but why does it have to be in the middle of the freaking table? Why can't it be over here or over there in that shelf or on that thing? You know what I mean? And it wasn't like, I remember talking to my therapist about it too, because it was just, we got into a few arguments about that shit to where it's like, are we really arguing about like where things go? like
a hat on a table? Like, what are we doing?
And
Why?
we're real
Why
life
is it
mad.
so triggering?
Why is it so triggering?
Yeah.
We're real life mad right now. And like working through like something that you wouldn't think about before you get into a serious relationship or before you move in with somebody. You wouldn't think that something as small as where things go would cause like, you know, so much irritation.
Yeah.
So I definitely, we worked through it. And I had to chill the fuck out. I had to chill the fuck out and realize, like, damn, you right. Is it life or death if the shit is on the table?
Like,
no,
people will come over like, oh my God, y'all keep hats on the table. Let me get my drink. Oh God, I didn't know y'all was like that.
I didn't know you was like that.
Dang.
And, right, and just being like, look, it's just chill. It's chill. We chill.
We at home.
Right, and we're at peace. We're friends.
Yeah. Now the hats could be where they need to be, where they want to be.
So just examples of things that you like, small things that you do continue to work through as you like are in a relationship, but that like, you know, realizing that you are still going to work through your shit big and small. Mm-hmm. So I agree with that.
And I feel like that's something that I did have a question about, because we are people, right? We're all growing, we're all on our own journeys, and when you're in a relationship for a long time, you know, some people are married for 40 years when they, you know, end, or, you know, someone passes, unfortunately. So I just want to say, what do you guys think makes it possible or makes a relationship successful when two people are able to grow, right? And still stay connected as people? Because when you're in relationships, I mean, we've all been together for, you know, 8, 10, 11 years. We've been together for a while now, and we've been very different versions of ourselves throughout these relationships. And so how do you keep that connection when you've been together for so long, and you know, go from working over here to working over there and being this boy to this man and all these, you know, this girl to this woman? Like, what is the secret sauce? Like, what is something that, you know, y'all think about? Yeah, you look like you're ready. You took an inhale.
For real. Like, here we go.
Sure, yeah. It's that's kind of tough for me, because when people ask me questions like that, it makes me think like, do you really want this person? Because it's like, if you do, you're gonna act like it, and we're all works in progress. So I think that there's levels to everything, and it does come down to communication, because if we're not on the same page, no matter how much I like you, I may not want to be with you. So, you know, that's just crazy though. Okay, so what was the basis of that question again?
The basis of the question is, how do you keep the connection throughout different phases of life?
So you gotta keep shit fun. It has to be fun. Yeah, everything about a relationship has to be fun. Communication has to be fun. Watch how you talk to your partner. Don't raise your voice at don't be going bad on your partner and then expecting love and happiness in the house. Do things that are fun relationship wise. Go out, go to axe throwing, go to, you know what I'm saying, the nice scenery areas, and go grab some wine with your partner. Go on dates, you know what I mean? Keep it fun. Do things unexpected. Don't have to be told. You know, don't wait till the house is completely dirty as hell to clean up and start taking initiative. You know what I'm saying? Like scrub the tub. You feel me? Like do the extra things that make relationships easier. You know what I'm saying? And keeping your partner happy, that's key.
Yeah.
Because then it's like happy partner, happy sex, happy house, happy kid. Everything's happy.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have those things, if it's just you and one other person. So keep it lively, keep it fun. You know what I mean? And be honest. And just move with good intention. Don't be out here thinking, I don't know, just be honest. And be real.
I feel like definitely be real.
Keep it real. Keep it real.
I feel like something that I got from what you're saying is like continue to learn your partner, continue to be interested in your partner. You know what I mean? Like
Learn yourself too though, because
That
it's a
too.
consistent thing. Like
because you are a person outside of your relationship as well.
That is really big.
And you're changing as well too.
that part. So you're finding out new bullshit. You're creating more bullshit. The more levels you go up, the more bullshit you find, and you got to work through that bullshit with your partner, and that's okay because there's levels to everything.
You're right. There are
These
levels
are
to
facts.
everything for sure. And one thing I took from what you said was to kind of never get too, I don't want to say not get too comfortable, but never truly feel like you know, oh, this person ain't going nowhere. I got them, and I don't have to step up. I don't have to act like I did in the beginning. We're here now, and we're good. Because I feel like that's where a lot of couples, you hear it. You know, people are together for so long, and then you just kind of assume like this is my person, and they're not going anywhere.
That's the roommate stage.
Yeah.
When you feel like you have a roommate. That's not a relationship though.
Yeah.
No, it's not happiness. It's just you're here.
Yeah,
'Cause I know you're
absolutely.
here.
They say if you're not growing, you're dying.
Ooh.
I mean,
Well-
if we look at nature,
Right.
that's what nature says.
If you not growing, you dying.
Damn.
Oh yes.
Now I would
Soundbite.
everything you're saying like 100%, and then some. Take your words from earlier. But I'm going to offer something on a different end of that spectrum just to add more. While you need to care for your relationship, like my wife likes to say, as a young child, you need to nurture it. You need to spend time with it. You need to prioritize it. You need to take care of it and watch it. Like, don't just let it go to the wayside. It's a active thing, and you need to be active about it. I think that there are times that's inevitable that you're going to like clash. You're going to bump heads, and in those times, it's very important to understand yourself, and it's very important to create safe space for yourself and your partner and alternate perspectives. You know, because it's not always going to be, you know, it's not always going to be beautiful. It's not always going to be, you know, clean. Sometimes it's going to get to the nitty gritty, and that's inevitable. That's just humans interacting with each other. And if you can create that space and a safe space where you can understand how you feel and you can better communicate and then come back together and work through the stuff that you're going to want to work through, then I think that's a good contrast to the caretaking. Take care of yourself as well. Don't let yourself go, and don't just be passive about things for the better sake of the relationship, because you are the other half of the relationship. And if all you do is like accept what the other person's saying and just like shrink and so on and so forth, then it's creating an unhealthy dynamic, which inevitably fails. And like I said, if you're not growing, you're dying. So make sure you grow in ways that you communicate, the ways you take care of yourself, the ways you take care of your partner.
Yes.
We like
Ooh,
that.
No, for real.
We like that.
Look, okay, I know we are limited on time, but I wanted to make sure that we got this question in, but we're going to just keep it short. One sentence. What would you tell a man who's struggling to be alone or single?
What would I tell him to? What do you mean?
What would you tell him if he's struggling? Advice to him on
He's struggling to either be by
to be
himself,
alone.
or to be with somebody.
To be
alone,
to
on
be
his own.
single. He's like, he wants to be with somebody, but he's single and he's struggling. I feel like this question comes from just the idea that, you know, when men are single, it's like, oh, I'm a bachelor pad parties all the time, da da da. And I don't think it really shines light on sometimes there are men out there who be struggling. They don't like it. They don't want to do this shit. And it's tough.
A lot of men.
Yeah. And I feel like that's not talked about enough. So just one sentence of what kind of advice you would give to this person.
There's no way I can answer that in one sentence.
What?
That's a layered question.
It is, but
Like,
what's like a little
reasons why
nugget?
people don't. There's so many reasons why you don't meet people or you don't trust people or get with people for real. It's kind of like you're struggling, or you just don't go outside.
No, it's just hard for them to be single.
You're just not attractive.
Dang.
Because there's a like I'm not trying to roast, but I'm just like, what do you mean? I need to know like the scenario. You know what I'm saying?
The scenario is that this man wants to have a relationship and cannot get in one because shit is just not working out.
Go to church.
But he's struggling.
You know, pray about it.
Put
Put it in God's hands.
There you go.
Put it in God's hands. Be honest. If you want to date, then date. But whatever your problem is that you're going through, put it in God's hands. But put effort behind it too, because you don't never pray. Prayer is nothing without action.
There it is.
So that's why it's best.
See, I knew you could. I know you had a nugget in there.
Wow.
Right. What about you,
It's
Pop?
probably gonna be more than one sentence, but find out the reason why. Like if you're actively dating and you can't find anybody, it's probably not everybody else. It's probably you. So, like I said before, you know, deal with your stuff. But outside of that, like, there's nothing wrong with being alone.
That
Like,
part, you can't be with nobody unless you can be alone.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Successfully, you'll go through the wire with somebody. I'm sorry, this is your turn.
Nah, go ahead.
That's it. I like
All right.
it.
And then like you're gonna get in a relationship and you're gonna need alone time. Like that helps you refresh and be better together. So it's like, but if you are like hand holding the whole time and overbearing, like that's an unhealthy relationship. So like you don't be that person. If your reason for getting in a relationship is you can't be alone, then you should probably be alone and get comfortable with that, and you'd have a way healthier relationship.
Not just with another person, but with yourself.
100%.
Totally agree with that. That's 100% facts. People don't understand it. They be like, I want to be in love. I want a partner. I want a house. I want a white fence. You don't even know how to deal with yourself.
You ever hear of the arrival fallacy?
It's just-
People be unhappy in all those situations because they think they want that.
It's the idea of it. You don't even know what it takes, the levels that you have to be at to be happy with what you're seeing
And
or
then
what you're
you
thinking.
just work towards getting that, and you don't even know why.
Then when you get it, you crash. You jump into a relationship without knowing yourself, and you will crash.
Say it
I
again.
like that.
Say it again.
That's true. Men, women, it don't matter. Relationships are not gonna solve your personal issues.
Nope.
That's just not gonna happen.
Nah,
Either
you
our
can be
babies or
perfectly
dogs
compatible,
or any
right?
of the things.
Still-
A house.
nothing. The money, the career, none of it. Your personal issues are gonna be right there waiting for you. So, like they said, handle your shit.
Handle it.
Get to it. Get to know yourself.
It does help to have some support, though.
It
with your
does.
personal
It
issues.
does. Someone
For
that accepts you
sure.
for who you are and is gonna love you regardless. But again, it doesn't make it easy.
Right.
It
Right.
just sometimes it complicates it because
It's
it's hard
literally necessary.
going through personal crises and then having drama in a relationship that just compounds. And then you're just like, okay, well, I just taking it from everywhere. This is crazy.
Yep.
Because then it turns your support into like, okay, now I don't even have this support because we're friction and I got this internal friction and I now am even worse off than if it was just me alone with my friction.
Yep.
So
And I'm
that-
pissed off because we live together. So now I'm mad at work. I'm mad at home.
No, you
I'm
can't
mad
escape
everywhere.
it.
All right.
So I'm mad. I just yeah.
Mad. So I do want to transition. So while we're on this advice tip, we have a scenario here. A kind of what would you do or what would you tell your little brother, friend, or little cousin if they were in this scenario?
Yes.
Basically, it's about a guy. He says he met an amazing girl. They exchanged numbers. They've been talking for 2 months. They've seen each other in person 4 times. They used to live in different cities, but recently he moved to her city for work. And after their 3rd hangout, he asked her on a date. She said yes. Sounded really excited as well to go on the date, both of them. We talk every day, nothing deep, just how's your day, quick phone call, whatever. He asked her on a date about 2 weeks ago, and they still have not gone on it. She's been super busy with work. He works day shifts, she works nights. He says she called her the other night, and she said she would for sure let him know when she's free next week to go on the date. It's the second time he've heard her say that and hasn't really heard anything. Is he being led on? They keep each other updated on their schedules, and there's basically no time to date so far. But the whole if she wanted to, she would air of society has him worried about it. Of course, as we all would be worried.
For real,
He knows if she wanted to go on the date that she, if she
Move
didn't.
heaven and earth to make it happen.
But also if she didn't want to go on a date, she wouldn't keep offering up her schedule, let alone say yes. So he wants to know, is he being impatient? He loves talking to her and getting to know her. But at the same time, he would like a definitive answer on whether or not she's really that into him.
Ooh.
He doesn't want to waste time, hers or his. Would it be too forward to ask if she sees this going anywhere?
And how long have they been dating? 2 weeks?
2 months.
2 months.
2 months.
And they've never gone on a date? They just been
They've
talking?
seen each other in person 4 times.
Right.
Okay.
So this is one of those things where I think it's maturity. When you've dated, you kind of just read the room. I don't think he's reading the room because someone who you got to do what's best for you for real. Like you can still be cool with somebody, and if they're not trying to date you, then just move accordingly because that's the energy. You know, what I mean, it's not like oh my God, my mom died, or oh my God, I had financial crisis, I can't go out. This is like a 2-3 weeks I haven't seen you, and it's too early. Like you're taking it all serious. Read the room, know how to date enough to when you are in these type of regular bullcrap type situations, just move accordingly because it's like anything else is gonna mess up your peace.
Yeah, I mean,
You're over here worried about somebody else. Like if you're dating, then be dating.
that was gonna be my
Whoever's
thing.
for you is gonna be for you. You don't be putting in
Yes.
hella extra for somebody who's not.
It seems like he likes her
you.
though.
And that's the thing.
Yes.
And
It seems like he hella likes
and
her.
he's taking a word for it. And I feel like this is another one of them scenarios.
How
where
many
maybe,
girls have we liked growing up that just wasn't?
But like
I will
it's
say
one of those
this.
things where like if somebody is it's like my question for the girl is like, is she being honest? Because I think
Right.
he's valid in
Definitely
like
not.
the
Like,
question.
does she really like me? Is she that into me?
Yeah, and I don't think he is for it at all. If you ask, like, you clearly have an intention. Let her know what your intentions are.
Yes.
And then ask her if she feels the same. Like, are your intentions the same? Because if intentions ain't lining up, then it's time to either accept what it is, like Ross said. If it's just fun, if it's just we talk every now and again and we're cool and we're friends, then keep it where it's at.
Yeah.
Accept things for what they are. Read the room. But also, you do owe it to yourself and to whatever the relationship could be, if it could be anything, to speak on your intentions. Because at the end of the day, you'll only be mad if you don't say anything.
Right.
But if you say something and she lets you know, now you have information and you can move forward.
And this whole theme today, I feel like, has been communication.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
communicate with this person. Y'all both grown. Like if she gets weirded out about the fact that you asked her, like, oh, what is this going anywhere? Like then you already know she's not mature enough to really be with you because she can't even handle a simple question of like, what's going on with us? You know what I mean? Like, is there an us? What's going on? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't think it's forward. I think he should ask.
I think you should definitely.
It's
Where's
never
the
bad to
urgency
ask.
coming from? Like, why don't you like
2 months of talking?
Is it a waste of time if you having a good time with them and you guys are connecting and it's a good experience? On top of that, it's like, how did your dates go? Because that should be a direct
Yeah.
feedback. Like, if you had a good time, you guys were vibing and you're not delusional, then like,
Exactly.
Hey, bro, just be patient. But if it was weird and you were being like super overbearing with your, I guess, sense of urgency, and that's off-putting for her, maybe she does
That
like
is
you.
a turn off. That could be a turn off.
Maybe she does like you, but you're racing some biological clock or something like that. And now she's like, I don't know because this dude is doing a lot. Then it's like, bruh, just ease up and just like feel it out. Like, don't ask Reddit. Go find out for yourself. Ask her, right?
Is that you pressed?
Yes.
You're too pressed. If you're dating, then bruh, date.
Yeah.
Stop making everything, you know what I'm saying? Just move accordingly.
Hey, but
you're
it's
going
good
to be
that you
all in
like
your
her.
feelings.
Yeah.
It's going to force you to be, if you are so worried about what other people, you're going to be in your feelings consistently.
Yeah.
That sucks. Nobody wants to go through that. And if you're going to live this life with this new generation is mean.
Yeah.
They straight up tell each other what they do.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you go date, bro, just be honest, bro. But the honesty is the factor, because if you're telling me that, I don't feel like she's being 100% honest. Either that or the communication. He could be delusional. She could not be being honest. Those are two likely things. He's either delusional, or she's being just not honest, or she's just not that into him, whatever the case. Because
nice.
you gotta be for
nice.
somebody.
That's what I feel like she's doing.
Just like you're not for that person, but that's communication.
Man, she out there trying to get free dinners. What
Right.
you talking about?
Or maybe he's a nice guy and she's maybe not ready for that yet. Either
Tell
way,
him that, though.
Exactly. That's why I think if she's not gonna offer the truth, sometimes you gotta go after it and just be like, "Hey, what's up? Like, this is where I'm at. Are we here? Am I tripping? Am I delusional? I thought we was tripping.
Somebody might gaslight you though.
If she hits you with any
But
bullshit
then
for
I
you
feel like
asking,
that's also info.
how do you get hit? You can't get in trouble for asking.
Yeah.
So
If
where,
you
like,
hit me
if
with
she-
anything weird, like, why are you asking me this? Da, 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 da. Bro, I just wanted to know,
Answer.
bro. I don't even,
Okay.
honestly, I don't even care for
Again,
real.
that is a sign. Take that as a red flag, girl. Why are
Yeah.
you getting so worked up off of me just
And
asking a
then
normal
that's
question?
your message right there. She getting worked up.
Yes.
Get off my back. Blah, blah. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
We
I
got
don't
the answer. You're
need
not
you.
ready.
I
know
for
what
what
box
I'm
to
ready
put you
for.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not on the same page. Let's go. Let's move on. Let's meet another nice person.
As far as
Yeah.
communication, like stating intentions, but also tell her what you want to do.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
hey, I would really like to take you out this weekend. We can go do something nice. Get descriptive. Go above and beyond. Like,
But I
set it
also
up.
think 2 months is enough.
2 months
if you
of,
want her to be your
just bored. How many weekends?
if you want
is
her to be
that?
your girlfriend, why not?
Step up.
You know, maybe not
Nah,
ask. It's like, what would you think about
don't
being my
do that.
girlfriend? Are you ready for a relationship
Don't
right
do that
now?
because she might say no and then ask for something
2
else.
months?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
These kids nowadays not going for 2 months.
Right? No, for real. 2 months is like, are we ready to get married? Like for them now. It's like, God damn.
Don't do that. That's not advisable.
Right. No, for real. No, well, thank you guys so much for your input.
Yes.
This was such a fun show. We're coming to a close, but we really appreciate you guys coming on the show and being a part of How to Be Real.
Yes, and
because
give
like
us this manly insight.
Yes,
it's
no,
a welcomed
literally.
energy. We love that.
it really is, and y'all are like the most important people to us, the realest people to us. So it was just it was destined.
Appreciate you.
Yes. Well, with that, we are going to close out. We love staying connected with our community. So please shoot us an email. We want to talk to you, want to have more conversations about what would we do, or giving some advice, or ask us, ask us what we like,
Or even suggest some topics that you guys would want to hear.
that part. And you can send it to heyhowtobereal@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We are heyhowto, the letter B, real on Instagram and TikTok. You can also find us at our personal pages. I'm at justsay_tay. And Tosh?
Oh, I am at the Tasha B.
Yes. And remember, we are not therapists. We just have them.
Yes.
We just have them. And I have the random reel this week.
Girls on you this week.
So I'll take it home. Just a little tidbit. Just because you can feel someone's discomfort doesn't mean it's your responsibility to fix it. Mm-hmm. So there's that.
It's not yours. Leave it there.
There it is. That's that.
Or just support. You know what I'm saying? Or support from a distance. Don't make it your problem.
Hey.
Yeah, don't take it on as your own. I like that.
Why are you feeling triggered?
Do you need a massage?
Do you need a massage? Yes. We always need a massage. So just yes.
Yes,
right.
and with that, happy Valentine's Day to all of y'all
All the
out
lovers.
there. All the lovers, single, in a relationship, married or otherwise.
Yep.
We love y'all. Oh, yeah. Love y'all. And yes,
that-
we will close out and we will see y'all later. And
Stay real.